Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Wyatt Agar from Durbin Creek Ranch. Wyatt, I want to thank you for being on this morning. I know we've got a lot to talk about, so let's go right into it. Tell us a little bit about your program and your operation, the kind of cattle you run, and where you run at.
Okay. Well, we're actually a diversified family operation, so we run a commercial cow-calf operation that is primarily black Angus or red Angus cows, depending on which ranch you're on. But then we run a seed stock operation that produces Hereford bulls, and we use our own genetics back on our commercial cow herd to market F1 Baldy females.
Well, speaking of genetics, we've talked about it all morning with the different guys that have been on, and you've been listening, I know, but you know how important genetics play in your operation. So talk about, your past genetics and upcoming genetics that you do have on your operation.
Absolutely. We have a real unique situation because we can test the herd bulls that we're using in the seed stock program in the commercial cow herd. Right now we're using a bull called Churchill Manhattan, rather heavy. He's a bull that we've had over 350 births out of first calf heifers in the commercial program, and we've only pulled 5 calves. He's a bull that we've traced on through the yearling phase, and his calves are weighing in the top 30% in the commercial program. So he's a bull it's a major spread bull and is really working in our program.
Speaking of your program in this kind of country, talk about running cattle here, what it takes for your cattle to work for people, who come to your guys' auction. I know you have one coming up in February. We talked about it earlier, but the kind of cattle that it takes to kind of work all over, the United States for your different customers.
Absolutely. For this part of the world, it takes a real broody cow with a lot of chest floor and a lot of rib. We heard Cade say earlier that a lot of operations feed hay through the winter. We're one of the unique operations that forages out, and so that cow has to have a lot of power and a lot of ability to go turn trash feeds into energy. So that's the kind of cow that we're shooting for in our program. And a cow that can go on and work in the second, third phase as far as feeder calves and stalker calves.
What do you think keeps customers coming back year and year again to your guys' operation?
I would say a lot of it is customer service. Our customers always come first. But the other thing is our grounding in the commercial industry. And then the fact that we run a stalker operation and then we feed the cattle that are out of our bulls. So we know what performance is happening at every level. And we can work with those different commercial operations to get the bulls that are geared for their program, whether they're selling a weaner calf or whether they're going on to a stalker calf or if they're going on to the feedlot and behind boards. We know what's going to work in their program.
Well, thanks for coming on this morning and tell us a little bit about your operation and sharing about your program. Always love to have new people on Sunrise. When we return, world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade. Don't go anywhere.